My name is Maureen Wright Evans, founder of Jamaica Volunteer Programs. You know, volunteers often ask me, what motivated me to get in this business and what gives me this drive, keep going and love this business so much? So I decided to share my story today so you can know how I got started and what brought me to this point. I was born in Port Antonio, a seaport town in Jamaica. This is the home of tourism, where tourism got started. I lived with my mother and 3 brothers. My mother was a housekeeper and a cook. She used to manage a villa in San-San. This is where the tourists came and the big movie stars, and she was a great cook. Now, she was a single parent, and I was her only daughter. And she got pregnant with me when she was 19, and she vowed that she would never allow me to get pregnant before I was married. That was the biggest disaster that would happen in our lives. So what she did, she was required to live on the villas and take care of the tourists, take care of the house, cook the food. And so what she did, to give me supervision because she was not at home, she made me go to school and then come to the villa, and she hid me in the helpers' quarters. You see, she was not allowed to take her children to live on the tourism resort. So every day I went to school, then I came home, and she would hide me in the helpers' quarters, and then she'd run down every now and then and give me some sweet food and sweets and cakes and all little goodies. And that went on for a while. But if you know me, I'm full of energy, and I just couldn't keep still. So unknown to her, when she was gone upstairs back to look after the tourists, I would take time and go outside on the beach and walk on the beach and start talk to the tourists. And I would tell them little stories about Jamaica. I was just 11 years old, but they all said I was bright. So one day, I saw this couple. They were from Windsor, Ontario, and never forget. And they came up to me and said, "Hey, what a pretty little girl," and started talking to me. Oh, I was ecstatic. I wanted to talk about Jamaica because I love my country so much. I can always remember being excited to talk about Jamaica. So I started telling them where they could go, tell them about the beaches and all, the maroons and little stories. And wow, they were so excited. So after I got finished talking, they said, "Why would you want to come up and have some cookies?" So I said, "Yes." So we went upstairs. And they said, "Hey, Rima, we have a little girl we found on the beach." And then my mother came out and she saw me. Wow, she nearly passed out. She said, "Oh my God, this is my daughter. Oh, I'm sorry, I should not have brought her here. And I know it's against the rules." And she started getting flustered. And they said, "What, Rima? This is your daughter? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh." And wow, I was elevated like a princess. Oh, they started giving me cookies and take me in their lap and started telling my mother how they were going to adopt me and take me to Canada. So my mother didn't want to make them feel disappointed, so she made them feel like they would adopt me, because she said, "One of the reasons you work so hard is not just the salary, you wanted a good tip." So she waited until they were about to leave that day. And then she said, when they gave her the tip, she said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This is my only daughter. I can't give her to you." They were so disappointed. But they said, "You know, we would like to help her. She's such a nice little girl." And in those days, to go to a high school in Jamaica, you had to pay a fee. And so they decided to pay the fee for me to go to high school. And so, at 11 years old, I started going to a high school, which was a big thing in my town. And they helped me right from high school straight through college. And you know what happened? I never forgot how those stories helped me. So when I decided to go and start a volunteer travel company, I wanted to find a way where little boys and girls just like me would find a tourist, which I call a volunteer today, to help them, to give them life-changing experience, give them education, and give them a chance to have the best opportunity in life. And this is my story. I want to find more boys and girls like myself so I can give them life-changing story just like myself.